For the second time this year, a Detroit City Council member can now be called a convicted criminal. Thank you so much for joining us for Action News at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Dave Llewellyn. This evening, Andre Spivey pleaded guilty to bribery after taking $35,000 from a towing contractor to help him get a lucrative Detroit deal.
In June, former Detroit Councilman Gabe Leland was sentenced to 2.5 years of probation for a misconduct in office charge.
But when Spivey walked into court today, we had no idea brand new information would be revealed about the confidential informant who helped bring him down.
7 Action News reporter Jim Kurtzner is live downtown right outside of federal court with these new stunning developments. Jim?
The defense attorney for Andre Spivey says his client will resign from the Detroit City Council tomorrow. With this plea deal, guilty plea, he cannot hold that office as a convicted felon. Mr. Spivey, can we just have a word with you for a second, please? He gets into an SUV and drives off just minutes after pleading guilty in front of a judge. His defense attorney telling us the towing contractor was being squeezed by the feds and was working to save his own neck.
A member of the towing industry here in town.
And you know who that is?
I know who it is.
You're not going to name that person?
No, it's a confidential informant.
In court, it was revealed by Spivey that he introduced that towing contractor to 2 other Detroit City Council members.
We've been cooperating with the federal government for 1.5 years. The only name mentioned was Mr. Benson.
Council members Scott Benson and Janie Ayers are under investigation by the feds, but not charged with any crimes. In the plea deal, Spivey is guilty to only 1 charge, up to 5 years in prison, working with members of his staff between 2016 and 2020, more than $35,000 in bribes. In October of 2018, he took a $1,000 cash bribe from an undercover officer.
Don't forget, this $35,000 is over a 4.5 year period. It's not as though he's getting the big globs at one time where he could buy a car or do something very expensive.
Spivey is 47, married, 2 kids in college, and was going to law school at Wayne State. Mr. Spivey, what do you say to the taxpayers? The defense attorney says Spivey will have something to say later on. He's been on the city council since 2009. The defense attorney also says Spivey never voted on or took any action on a towing deal for which he took the bribe in this case. Will that make a difference at sentencing? It's set here for January. The government told the judge today that they're recommending about 2 years of the maximum 5-year sentence, plus there would be 3 years of supervised release on the backside. Live downtown, Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you so much, Jim.